everybody. Welcome to your Wednesday yin yoga practice. I realized I was live streaming in the wrong group. So thank you so much for coming and making and taking this time for yourself. Create your quiet space. Feel free to turn the lights off. Dress warmly. Start to prepare yourself. We've got about a minute before we're going to get started in kneeling posture. If you find kneeling posture to be a challenge, think about bringing a block. Maybe think about rolling up a towel or a blanket as something to give you some structure. If you still find that you have some pain on your knees and you don't have any props, you can always just put a really thin towel or a strap right behind your legs, and that's going to help. Awesome. Start taking in whatever your mantra is for today. I know my mantra lately is that I love my body just the way it is and I am enough. But perhaps your mantra is something even simpler, just inhaling in awareness and exhaling out tension. Some of the postures today, especially if you are a cyclist or you're a runner, are going to be a little uncomfortable. And it's normal to feel uncomfortable in life. But we're using today's practice to really focus on creating that internal stillness, on not running away from the stressful situations, of just facing it head on and breathing. Cool. It's that time. So let's go ahead, make your way down to your mat if you're not already here, so we can get started in kneeling. We're just going to spend 2 minutes right here in this warm up. You can open your knees as wide as feels comfortable for you. Remember, it's yin, so we're here to relax as much as possible. So maybe as we're just warming up a little bit, you're still just going to shake out any tension that you feel in those shoulders. Just start working towards coming to your stillness. Remember that if your eyes are moving, that your mind is moving. So either finding one spot to focus and relax your eyes, or just closing them and doing the best that you can with the body you have today and the ears that you have right now to create the shapes as I describe them. Take this time in the warm-up to just slow your breath down. Keep it nice and quiet as well. Working to create some space internally, so relax your shoulders away from your ears. Let those elbows start to hang heavy down towards the floor. Beautiful. Take 2 more breaths right here. Just thinking about your mantra, setting your intention for class today. All right, take your time, move slowly with intention. We're going to lift ourselves up off a prop if you used one. Go ahead, shift your hips to the right or left, whatever feels good. And we're going to kick our legs out in front of us. So just sitting like this might be really challenging for some people whose legs are super tight. If so, lift yourself up gently on a prop, or you can even just walk your hips back a little bit. To find that forward hinge might feel better. And we're going to come into one of 2 options to get started today. You can either hang out right here with your feet side by side. No need to stretch those toes back to your face. They can relax. Finding that forward hinge to feel more of a stretch below your legs in caterpillar, or you can cross one leg over the other. Let's get started with that right leg crossed over, and we're going to keep working on that right leg. We've got a total of 4 minutes right here, and we're already in it to win it. So just focus on creating a stretch along the back of your legs. I particularly feel the stretch along the outside of my top calf. But it's all just going to depend on you and what you've been up to lately. I've been jumping a lot of rope. I got bored and I walked 15 miles yesterday. it is what it is. All right, so close your eyes. Find that relaxation again. Shoulders relaxing away from ears. Feel free to use your hands as a prop too. And come into that stillness right now. Try to not even intentionally wiggle your toes. Some shakes and trembles might happen. You might notice if your eyes are open and you're just gently gazing towards your feet that your toes do twitch a little bit. Just working to eliminate those voluntary movements. No need to come any deeper. Totally okay to have some rounding of that upper spine. You are working to find the edge of the stretch for yourself though. So make sure that you do still feel it along your legs somewhere. So while we're not looking to come any deeper into the stretch, once you've found the stretch that works for you, it is quite possible that as we're doing some of these slightly longer holds, if you're feeling really tight, that the stretch might switch from something that you are aware of and that's tolerable to something that is painful. And we don't want any pain today. So if you do start to find that your stretch is feeling painful, feel free to come out slightly, find something else that works for you, and settle back into your stillness as quickly as possible. We've got about 2 more breaths right here in your cross-legged folds or caterpillar. Take your time, lift yourself up, move your props out of the way. You can uncross your legs, even bring your hands by your hips. Take a moment, bob your knees, windshield wipe your feet. Whichever foot it was that you had crossed over, if you went for the cross leg, or we're working together and doing the same leg. We're gonna take our right leg and cross it over the left. Or just sit yourself up a little bit. You can bring your right fingertips close by the base of the spine. Inhale that left arm up towards the ceiling, and exhale, find a place to apply a little bit of pressure maybe of your elbow against the back of the knee to come into a spine twist. So you do want to find some lifted length in your spine for this twist. You can do whatever you want to with this opposite hand. You can relax it down towards the floor. You can keep waving, but you're going to keep waving for 1 more full minute from right now. So try not to collapse the chest here. Work on keeping that chest open, shoulder blades squeezing towards each other. Just back to your breath. Last 2 breaths right here. Awesome. Gently twist back around. Bring your fingertips just for a moment to the left hand side of your body. Squeeze your shoulder blades together just for a nice quick little counter stretch. And then change. Slowly turn around. You can keep your right leg crossed over the left. We're going to lay down on our backs next and come into a reclined pigeon. So as you lay yourself down, find what feels right for you today. Just gonna bring the timer right here. Awesome. Awesome. You can either hang out right here, keeping your left foot grounded on the mat, or lift that left leg up. You can even interlace your fingers, or if you have a strap around, hold you together, all your props. All right, you can always bring that strap in to just help you find that stretch of the right knee towards the end of the mat. We've got a total of 3 minutes here. We're already in it to win it. Think about 2 minutes left. Find some relaxation of the back of your head on your mat, chin slightly tucked towards your chest to get as much of your neck and back supported. Just focus on feeling something within that right leg. Keep that breath slow and steady. Last 2 super slow breaths right here. Take your time, release your left foot back down to the floor. Keep your legs crossed. Extend your arms out to the side in a T, and we're just going to roll over to that left side with our legs still crossed to come into a spine twist. Can you keep your right shoulder on the mat? Find the spine twist that works best for you. Option to turn your chin in the opposite direction of your knee. Back to your breath. 2 minutes right here. Find that stillness. Notice if you're creating any extra squeeze in your chest or your shoulders to be in your spine twist. Take a scan from the top of your head. Slowly work your way down and ask yourself where you can be a little bit more relaxed. Take your time as you slowly roll onto your back once again. Next up, we're going for a half happy baby. So draw your right knee towards your chest and grab hold of it wherever feels right for you. If you have trouble grabbing hold of your foot and you do have a prop nearby, you can always use your prop. Option to take it a little easier on yourself and keep that left leg bent, or extend your left leg out. We're gonna hang out here. This one's a little bit of a long hold. We've got a total of 4 minutes starting right now. Feel this big stretch on your hamstring, which is what we're going for. But remember, if it's super uncomfortable for you, to keep that hand all the way up towards the ceiling, because you got 3.5 minutes left. Feel free to use a prop. Use a prop. Still working to draw that knee in towards the elbow. Just taking it a little bit easier on myself, because it is yin. Sorry, I did not specifically mention that you might want to consider bringing your strap. If you don't have one, you can always interlace your fingers behind your knee. Just work on creating the stretch right here as well. All right, so find what works for you. Come into that stillness. We've got 3 minutes left right here. Do that total body scan. Head to toe, toe to head. Just keep checking in with yourself. Are you squeezing your shoulders? Are you clenching your jaw? Not trying to come into a stretch that's so deep that you have to create that tension somewhere else in your body. Just finding the edge that works for you, using your breath. And it's normal if your leg starts to tremble a little bit here as we're awakening some of those deep inner connections. Focus first on creating the stillness in your mind through your breath, and then sending that breath, that sensation through your body as well. It all starts in your head, though. If you believe it, you know you can achieve it. Just a couple breaths left right here. Slow them down even more. Find that inner peace. We've got a nice, long, floor-supported stretch coming up next. And change. Slowly release. Take your time. Send both legs out together. Keep your hips where they are in the center of the mat. Bring your arms up overhead and walk them all the way over towards the left side. And then walk your legs over towards the left side as well. Create a big stretch all throughout the right side of your body, and you might want to pick up and cross your legs to create this stretch. We're already in it. We've got a total of 5 minutes right here in banana pose, so find something that you can hold. Feel free to even turn your cheek towards your arm, relaxing. Back to those big belly breaths. Inhale, belly rises, nice and slow. Exhale, belly falls. Inhale in your awareness of the stretch. Exhale out anything else that comes along with it. Back to your breath, your appreciation of yourself, of whatever's happening right here, right now. If your eyes are still open, close them. As your practice continues, as you focus on creating true internal stillness and relaxation, you'll find that even these tense postures or stressful postures or big stretches just start to become a little easier over time. Not that they become easy, because you're still working to find the stretch that feels right for your body, but creating the stillness and the breath required to stay here will become more natural. As you're working right now to create those connections, to find ways to relax yourself. And the more that you practice those pathways, the easier it's going to be to jump right in. One minute left right here. How many breaths does it take you to get to the end of the minute? If you're working with that slow 6-second inhale, maybe taking a pause at the top and a 6-second exhale, should take you about 5 breaths, 5 to 6 breaths for your full minute. if you cross your legs, if you grabbed hold of your opposite wrist or elbow, go ahead, gently begin to release your bind. Walk everything back to the center line of your body. Bring your arms down by your side. Take a couple moments in your breath in your Savasana. We're going to go ahead and do all the same postures on the opposite side. So take your time, roll over to whichever side feels appropriate for you to come into the fetal position for just a moment. You can use your lower arm as a pillow. Eyes closed or finding a new spot to relax and focus your eyes, a soft, relaxed gaze. Take your time, press yourself back up into your seated position. We'll take a moment right here in staff pose. So once again, send your legs out in front of you. Start to shimmy those glutes back. Finding that nice forward fold, maybe even reaching back to release your bum from behind you. Finding that hinge forward is also going to take some pressure off your lower back. You can bring your fingertips down towards the floor. Work to create some length up through the crown of your head. Shoulders relaxed and released away from your ears. Keep that chin neutral though, so notice if you, like me, have a tendency to stretch your nose up towards the ceiling. Let's go ahead and get the opposite side. So you're either going to come back into just your forward fold in caterpillar. You might need to lift your hips up again. You might need to take that slight bend of your knees. Or if it feels good, go ahead, cross your left leg over your right. Once again, you might walk your glutes back. Find a stretch that you can feel along the back of your legs. We're going to hold it right here. We're already in it. A total of 4 minutes, so just over 3 minutes to go. Make sure you feel that noticeable stretch on the back of your legs, and then your upper body can totally just chill like you're watching TV. Make sure that there's no extra stress in your neck. Feel free to close your eyes. Since we're hinging forward, focus on feeling your breath expand through your back. Find the stretch of your skin. Through those big, deep breaths, all the way down to the very lowest point of your diaphragm. Make sure that your breaths are so big. They reach to the bottom of your belly, not just up at the top of your chest. And sometimes if the stretch is a little bit too deep, you'll find that your breath is limited. So feel free to ease back for yourself. Make breath be your number one. Allow the asana or the posture to be your number two. Who does number two work for? For you, for your breath. But if you're not relaxed and breathing, or if you're not relaxed in your breathing, then you're not going to be able to relax yourself mentally. So don't lose out on the mindfulness of your practice. got 1 minute left right here. Keep focusing on those big back body breaths. Think about your exhale, just scooping up all of the tension or stress that you feel along the back of your upper leg. Your inhale being truly a breath of fresh air, a nice light breeze on a summer day into your stressful, sweaty stretch. Change. Take your time, slowly lift your chest back up. Move your props out of the way. Uncross your feet if you went for that cross. Feel free to bring your hands behind you and a little bit of support, a little lift of the chest even as you bob your knees and windshield wipe your feet. And then we're going to do the spine twist on the other side. So once again, before you come into the spine twist, find that length through the crown of your head. Find a little engagement of your belly. This time we're going to keep our right leg straight. We're going to lift our left leg up and simply cross it down anywhere that you can where your sole of the foot touches down towards the floor. Or maybe it's just the outer edge of the foot, but you've made some contact with your mat. We're going to bring our left hand behind us to help find that lift once more. Inhale your right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Stretch up, lift up, start your twist, and then bring that right elbow towards the outside of your left knee. Hanging out here for 2 minutes. Remember, you can let those fingertips drag down towards the floor. You don't have to be waving high for the full 2 minutes. Feel free to close your eyes. Keeping a little engagement of your belly right now, though, is going to help out with your spine twist. So a little draw in of belly button back towards spine, focusing on stretching up through the crown of your head, but relaxing those shoulders away from your ears. Big stretch throughout the back body. Keep that breath slow, deep, focused, intentional. And keep in mind that the postures, when they become hard, the ones that you want to come out of early or maybe want to avoid completely, are usually the stretches that your body needs the most right now. So tell yourself, you've got it. Inhale in that awareness and know that it might be hard. And exhale in that expectation of whatever you thought it should look like or be, and just let it be. And let that be enough. One more big inhale and exhale. And change. Slowly turn back towards the front. Keep that leg crossed over. Bring your fingertips to the left side of your body. Press them into the floor. Just draw your shoulder blades together. Open your chest a little. Reverse. Counter twist. Wow, that feels so good. I hope you said the same thing. All right, we're gonna take our time and come onto our backs. You can keep your leg crossed or uncrossed if it helps you to come onto your backs. Next up, we have our reclined pigeon. So if you've got a strap or you want to use a prop, feel free to bring it with you. Let's come right into our reclined pigeon over here on this side. So we've got a total of 4 minutes, I believe. 3 minutes. Look how much luckier you just got. So you can either just allow gravity to do the work, or once again interlace your fingers, maybe behind your right thigh, maybe placing your fingertips on top of your knee. Just finding what works for you. Come into that stillness. Bring the back of your head back down to the mat. Chin tucked towards your chest. Just keep breathing. Find something that you can hold without fidgeting. Remember that fidgeting are the intentional movements that we make. And fidgeting in yin can even be blinking your eyes intentionally, licking your lips. So those normal trembles and twitches that just happen, or the rise of your chest and the fall during your breath, those are involuntary. Just a couple more breaths right here. Release any bind that you created. Take your time bringing your right foot back down towards the mat. Keep that left leg crossed. Stretch your arms out to a T and allow your knees to fall over to the right side of your body. We've got 2 minutes right here. Spine twist on the opposite side. Use your breath to relax that upper body on the mat as much as possible. Relax that tension from your shoulders. You can keep the twist passive by looking in the same direction of your knees. Find a little bit of an extra stretch and extra sensation down your spine by turning your chin in the opposite direction. Then close your eyes, stop moving, just come back to your breath. Take your time, roll back onto your back. You can keep your right leg bent to begin with. Begin to draw that left knee up towards your chest, send the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Grab hold at the outside or the inside. Remember, you can keep your opposite knee bent to make it a little bit easier on yourself in this happy baby. Or you can extend that bottom leg out. It's going to be a little bit more challenging of a stretch. We've got a total of 4 minutes here. We're already starting in them. You know you have banana pose after this, and then final savasana. So this is our last really big, challenging opening stretch of the day. However, if when class ends you find that you could still use a little opening of your hips, get up after Savasana. Give yourself a nice bent knee hip opening stretch. Go for 5 minutes on each side, and then another final Savasana. But if not, we've definitely been doing enough to really work to open those hips, find a little bit more stretching on the glutes of the thighs, the hamstring. Maybe you find this happy baby a little bit easier on this side than the other. Not because you're any more open, but just because you've already been putting so much time into your practicing of stillness and of letting things go. Maybe this side is a little bit more tense and it's actually less comfortable for you. Just a reminder that every day is different, every day our bodies are different. Be kind to yourself and be thankful for whatever you were able to bring to the mat today. Because making this time for yourself and for this focus is truly the beginning. And it is just a practice. It's not perfect. If we reach perfection in yoga, would we keep coming? It's just about being our best. Find that relaxation in your shoulders. I know it's hard with your hand reaching up towards your foot, but I also know you can do it. If you set the intention for yourself, last 3 breaths right here. Awesome. Take your time, slowly bring that left leg in, extend your left leg out to meet with your right. Inhale those arms up overhead, grabbing your opposite wrist or maybe grabbing the opposite elbow. Start to shimmy those arms, your upper body to the right side of your mat. Keep your hips where they are. Walk your legs over to the right side as much as feels good. Think about trying to cross one foot over the other, especially if you tried it on the opposite side. We got 5 minutes right here in banana pose. And honestly, we're going to go over a teeny bit on time. You're worth it. You are worth it. Remember, if your stretch starts to go from being just something that you are aware of to something that's really uncomfortable and sending your breath into that space has not helped to ease the tension, back up just a little bit, even here at the very end of our practice. Just creating awareness and as much openness right now on the left side of your body as you can. And maybe on your banana pose on this side, you feel it more in your upper body than you did on the other side, and that's okay. Just feeling our feelings. Just being aware. way right now. Once again, scan your body from head to toe. Find ways to release any tension. Send your breath there. Just let your thoughts go. Focusing only on your breath and just the awareness of the stretch you're creating. Slowly begin to release any binds that you created in your hands. The crossing of your feet, walk your feet back to center. Readjust yourself on your mat as much as you need to. Bring your arms back down by your side. I will honestly let you know that we are 2 minutes over right now, while I still encourage you to find 5 whole minutes for yourself in this final Savasana right now. If you do need to get up and move on with your day, I understand and I thank you for already creating this time and space. But if you don't need to get up and run away, if you can spend 5 minutes, if you can spend 8 minutes in Savasana, go for it. Some people believe that you should work for 5 minutes of Savasana for every 30 minutes of practice that you've enjoyed. I say that you should stay in Savasana until you're not thinking about it anymore. If Savasana starts and you're just like counting on your fingers and toes to get up and get out of it, you are missing out on the point of Savasana. It's also a posture, so bring the same focus and concentration as you brought to every other posture that you've enjoyed today. The same stillness. Try not to blink your eyes or shake your head or purse your lips or move your tongue. It's natural if your fingers start to curl in towards the center of your hands' palms. Maybe you even notice it and feel the heat created of your amazing energy swirling within there. Take this time to once again release any tension in your chest or back, in your neck or jaw, in your belly, in your glutes, in your thighs, and even relax your ankles and toes. Definitely close your eyes even if you haven't had them closed all class. Can you slow your breath down so much that you notice your heart beating? And where? Just noticing the sounds around you and keeping your breath still and quiet. No matter what chaos it is we find ourselves in is 100% what the yoga is all about. Anytime that you're feeling overwhelmed, know that you can slow your breath down and just come back to yourself. Change yourself from within. Change your mental channel. Change your personal focus. Change the way you see the world. You're welcome to stay here in this final Savasana for as long as continues to honor you. When you're ready, take your time, slowly roll over onto the opposite side to find a fetal position. Opposite from wherever you were last time. Take a couple moments to sink into your mat here. To make sure that your breath stays slow, in control. And as you're ready, press yourself up to a seated position. Go ahead, bring your hands palms to the center of your chest. Bring your chin towards your chest, bow as you honor yourself. What are you most thankful for? What did this practice bring to you today? Maybe you're just thankful for coming. Maybe you feel really open. Maybe today was really hard and you just kept going. If you have any questions or concerns about anything that we did, please reach out. If you still feel like you need that extra stretch, think about going for an extra hip opener. As always, continue to think good thoughts, eat good foods, speak good words, do good deeds. I can't wait to see you all again soon. Namaste.